It's hard to imagine that this unassuming building behind me on this quiet street is actually home to the largest homeless shelter for women with children in the St. Louis Metro East region. It's even harder for me personally to imagine that this shelter that's been in continuous operation for nearly the last 20 years, a shelter that's home to more than 250 women and children each year, is in dire need of your support.
Good Samaritan House is more than just an emergency shelter. We're more than just 3 meals a day and a bed to sleep in. We meet all the basic needs of the residents that live here, whether that's clothing, personal items, food. You know, we do so much more than just keeping them safe and dry and warm. One thing we do is make sure the kids are in school. Everybody feels like they're at home here. One of my favorite stories is George. Little George and his family came into the shelter. They were living in a car. They had no safe and warm place to be. Their brothers and sisters had been separated, and now Mom and George and all the siblings were here at the shelter. George loved school. George wouldn't miss school for anything. I asked everybody, "Where's George?" And everybody said, "We don't know where George is." So I went on a hunt through the shelter to find George. I said, "You're gonna miss your bus." And he said, "Miss Janice, they're having a food drive at school for homeless kids today. I need to fill this bag and take it to school." George didn't feel like he was one of those homeless children. He felt like he was in his own home. That's what Good Samaritan House can do for these families here. You know, we ID all of the different obstacles they have in their life, the things that will help them have that consistent, strong, self-sufficient family that we all long for. And it has proven that it has really worked. Here at Good Samaritan House, most of the families stay here on an average of 3 months. And 80% of those families end up leaving at that time with a job, with a house, with their kids all intact, and they're in their own home being self-sufficient, and so grateful for the work that we are able to partner with them and do.
During this last year, we've received a real 1-2 punch that has us on the ropes. Many of you are aware of the state budget impasse in the state of Illinois, and as a result of this, for much of the last year, we've received no state funds. While our board has been able to adapt and manage smartly through that problem, we've really received the unexpected blow to the chin within the last month. The federal government, who provides us with our largest grant, a grant that accounts for 40% of our annual revenue, has informed us that that grant has been terminated with no notice. As a result, our monthly income has now been reduced by $10,000 to $13,000. We need your help to stand with us both prayerfully and financially to ensure that the Good Samaritan House can continue to meet the needs of homeless women with children in our community. As a result, we've started the Save the Samaritan fundraising campaign because sometimes even the Good Samaritan needs a Samaritan. We need to raise $20,000 by the end of June and a total of $100,000 by the end of August to ensure that our doors can remain open and we can continue to serve the needs of the moms and kids who find themselves homeless in our community. In addition, that money is going to enable our board to have the time that they need to find ways to replace those funds next year and in future years to ensure that the Good Samaritan House always remains a vibrant and important part of the Metro East community.
So you've heard Mark talk about the needs of the shelter, the needs that we have now, the urgent needs, but these needs will go on as long as we're here. They never stop. They never stop for these families. They never stop for organizations like ours that are running and taking care of these families. Many of you think that maybe you can't help. Well, I can't give much. It's not going to be enough to help. But collectively, all of us working together can make wonderful things happen for these moms, for these children. We can help children like Monique, who hadn't had a bed for a year and a half, have a bed. We can help those moms that go out and obtain their GEDs or college degrees because they had a safe place to be. Get those things. You can help. You can be a part of helping us take care of these families, helping to make a huge difference in their lives. And many of you wonder how you can help. Well, your secure donations can be made online at goodsamaritanhouse.org, or we do have a GoFundMe account. You can also mail checks to Good Samaritan House at 1825 Delmar Avenue, Granite City, Illinois. You can give us a call at 618-876-0607. We'll answer any questions you might have, or if you would like to plan a tour to come and see the shelter in action and see where your dollars go to help, we would be glad to do that. We would just like to partner with you to continue what we're doing here to help these families. Please share this with all your friends, with your family, all of your networks. Let's not deny anybody the pleasure of getting to partner in this wonderful journey that we all have to help these families.
On behalf of all of us at the Good Samaritan House, we'd like to thank you for your prayerful and financial support. You can rest knowing that your investment in us changes lives every day and will end homelessness for families forever.